Hey, what's up, Roxstars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog. So let's get to it. I say I'm gonna take some time off, y'all. All the cashiers, they was like, somebody stole her truck. It's like you could hear it all throughout the store. This Rox coming to you today with a review for Love and Marriage Detroit, Love and Marriage Huntsville, our book 4, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's get to it, shall we? When I hear music, it makes me dance. Y'all, we talked about Kendrick on the other video, so y'all make sure y'all go back there and watch that. Okay, you guys, first story up. Let's see. I didn't put my notes in order. So what will we talk about first? I guess we can talk about TD Jakes, you guys. And did you guys see what happened the other day when he was preaching? Actually, he was praying at their church, the Potter House in Texas. Is it in Houston? I believe it's in Houston, Texas. He was simply sitting in his chair and he was praying. But as he was praying, his voice started to kind of like fade away. It was sort of trailing off. And, you know, a lot of times ministers and pastors, they have like a certain kind of flair when they're praying. But I was listening to it and I was like, that sounds off. Okay. And right as he finished talking, he kind of stopped and he kind of dropped his hands. He had a microphone in his hand and he kind of dropped his hands down and he started like twitching. And it was looking like he was not in control of his body. And then what really kind of broke my heart, you guys, is he kind of looked up at the audience and he had that look on his face, either like, help me, or I don't know what's happening, or, you know, but it was definitely a look on his face of like panic, like, you know, but he couldn't move. He couldn't control himself. It was clear. And I think the audience, the congregation started to realize that something was definitely wrong. So everybody kind of started like kind of like screaming. And then you kind of hear people like they started praying a lot. And then folks started running onto the stage to assist him. And from what I understand, they hurried him, rushed him to the hospital, ran whatever tests they needed to run. And then they came out pretty shortly after that and said that he was fine, that he was recuperating, you know, that he had like a mild medical scare. And it was a mild medical scare. It looked like it could have been a stroke or it looked more like a seizure. Not like grand mal seizure or anything, but it did look like he was seizing and scary. Like, you know, scary. If I would have been TD Jakes' family, you know, or even a member of that church and loved my pastor the way I know that his congregation loves him, that would have been so scary to watch because he looked like he just had no idea what was going on. And, you know, when you see something like that happen in real time, that shit is traumatizing, you know? So my heart does go out to, you know, the members of the church. I mean, I've told you guys that TD Jakes is not necessarily my cup of tea. However, I don't want to see the man have no seizure, no heart attack, no stroke. I don't want that kind of thing to happen to him, obviously. So, you know, it was good to hear that he's okay. But I'm wondering, like, they came back so quickly and said that he's okay and that, you know, it was just a mild thing, that I was like, did they even get the test results back yet to be able to tell people that? You know, I mean, not that it's anybody's business. However, you know, when you are leading a flock and you have like this huge church, it's not just your regular neighborhood church. This is a huge ass church. You like a lot of people and all of that. You know, people are going to want to know, you know, what is going on with him, how he is and all of that. So, you know, I don't know if they're going to come out and say, you know, there are other things that are going on with him, or they're just going to leave it at that and let everybody have that. Now, TD Jakes is not a small man. He is, I don't know what his health is, but this is just always a good time to remind people that we have to be diligent about our health. We have to be diligent about our health as we get older. Even myself, like, I am so more conscious of my health than I was when I was in my 30s, because I was like, you know, I'm 30 years old. No, I'm closer to, you know, I am on the declining years of my life now. And many of you guys, many of you guys, the rock stars are, older. I have an older crowd too. So I know you guys know as well that as we get older, we just have to pay more attention. We have to change our eating habits. We have to exercise. We have to get some movement in. We have to, um, make sure that we get our tests, make sure that we go on our checkups, make sure when things aren't feeling right that we follow up on it immediately. Like all of these things have to happen. I don't know if TD Jakes is one that will go to the doctor or won't, but many black men will just grin and bear it or ignore it. And things will be going on in their body and they'll just continue on, and then next thing you know, like what happened with my oldest brother, just a huge heart attack, they call it a widowmaker, out the blue, and he died. So this is definitely a time that we have to remind her, and he was 52 years old. So we have to remind ourselves that, we've got to take better care of ourselves if we still want to be here for our family, our loved ones, our grandkids, and all of that. We have to take better care of ourselves. So hopefully TD Jakes, he definitely has the access to all of the good things. He has the money, he has the power, he has all that. So hopefully he is going to be taking better care of himself, or just taking care of whatever needs to be taken care of, so he doesn't have that issue any longer and he can go on to lead his flock longer. I am not a blind woman. I obviously see all of the negative things that people are saying, and TD Jakes being tied to certain people that are in the media right now and having their own legal problems. But we're not going to do that here because that's not what we're talking about. Everybody knows what he has or has not been linked to. As a matter of fact, I actually saw before I came out here that TD Jakes is actually suing somebody that attached him to Puffy's foolishness. Okay. So we'll see what comes up with that lawsuit. But yeah, the man is sick and having a seizure or whatever he's having on the stage, and we just not gonna be talking about all that other shit. Okay. So yeah, I realize that, but all I'm here to say is that I hope that he gets better soon. And that, again, let's take better care of ourselves, you guys. Let's take care of ourselves. Hope you feel better soon, TD Jakes. All right, you guys, next story up. Should I talk about politics? We can talk about politics because it's not really nothing. Okay. Again, no surprises here, but I did just read that the special counsel that was assigned to Ysap'S January 6th case, as well as the case about the documents that he had taken from the White House and didn't want to turn over, and they had to go raid Mar-a-Lago to get the paperwork and all that. The special counsel, they have decided to drop the charges. Of course they have, because we already knew that was going to happen. All right. They were already saying that there's never been a time where they've convicted a president, a sitting president, y'all stupid ass sitting president. So, even though Ysap'S comes into the White House with all of these, not just allegations, have been convicted and charged as a felon, the fact that he is now going to be Ysap'S again, he is, they're not going to press those charges. So that has been dropped. Not surprising, very disappointing though, just knowing that you're able to do all of these things and get away with it, basically. But it is what it is, child. I can't worry about it. I can't even worry myself about it. Our best hope with this whole situation is that in 4 years, or whenever the motherfucker get up out of that office, because I already told y'all in 4 years he is not going to leave. It's going to be that same problem with that they had on January 6th. It's going to be the same thing, okay? But that's neither here nor there. But what we can hope is once he's not in that office any longer, maybe they will pick the charges back up. What I will say also is that I'm worried for that Letitia girl, the DA that's out there. The Attorney General that's in New York, like Ysap'S, and then also Fani Willis here in Atlanta, Georgia. He literally says their names all the time. He has them in his crosshairs. He obviously, as Ysap'S, has the power to make their lives very miserable. And I think he is going to do that. I'm worried about Fanny and I'm worried about Letitia. Did you see when the man called her a fat ass or something like that? Like when you feel so brazen that you do that shit on national TV, yeah, they coming for them girls. And, we got to do our job to try to protect them as well as we can. But I feel like he's going to do something to them. He's going to do something to them. And we just going to have to wait to see what it is. And again, maybe in 4 years, you guys, it makes me so mad to know that certain things it's not fair. But you obviously know that life is not fair. But I am also a big believer in knowing that you can be a rotten person and eventually it comes back around to you. You can be that person and it comes back around to you. We might never see it, but this man, he's still got his day. His day is still coming. And I honestly feel that way. So I have to give it, child. I have to give it to God. Had to give it to God because I can't worry myself about it no more. But yeah, y'all keep your prayers up for Letitia and Fanny. Is her name Letitia? I think her name is Letitia. They about to have a really bad 4 years. Next story, you guys. So I was scrolling on Instagram and I saw that Fallon and her ex-husband, whatever he was, her baby daddy, the Jalen Banks boy, the young boy that she was having the affair with apparently, and that's one that she got with once she left Simon. And remember, they had the baby and all, and then they were having their problems, and they ended up breaking up. And Jalen apologized to Simon and said that, yes, they were messing around and just basically spilled all the tea on their relationship. And we saw Fallon had moved on, and I guess I thought that he had moved on and everything. Child, they had then moved on together. They had made it back to each other. I said, well, look at their love wins. Girl, this child has got them posted, that her and Jalen are doing it right this time, that they got it, back together, you and me, babe, and all of this. And she put a little ring on there as if they're going to get married. Now, she didn't have a ring on that I saw, but she was making it seem like her and Jalen have made it back to each other and that they're going to get married. Listen, they got a baby together. They have feelings for each other. It's nice to see an intact family. If they was able to work out their differences and shit, then fine, baby, just fine. Okay. I don't know why we got to be in the shit, but I guess maybe she might find herself on Real Housewives of Atlanta now that she's going to be a wife again, and did you guys see also that they have been starting to show some of the promotional clips from Real Housewives of Atlanta? Yes, I am going to be reviewing that show. But they're starting to show the clips, and we saw the clip of Portia talking about her divorce from Simon and how, the lawyer, she's back at the lawyer that helped her with her divorce with Cordell Stewart. And she's just talking about how she had to get the prenup because she had a baby now. She's a mother. She had to be more responsible, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, wouldn't it be interesting to have Fallon and Portia on the show all at the same time to talk about some mess, child? I would like to see something like that happening, considering they both don't like Simon now. But I don't think that'll happen. But anyway, child, yeah, Fallon has made it back to Jalen, and I'm just like, girl, really? He seemed like such a kid. Maybe he matured some. Child, we'll see. But yeah, I even saw an interview with Portia and Phaedra. Not an interview, like they were appearing. They were making an appearance somewhere together. And they were kind of talking about frickin' frack and and I was just looking at them and I was like, you guys don't even give me frickin' frack vibes anymore. Like, it doesn't feel like frickin' frack. Maybe once the show is back, we'll see if they can get that old spark back. But I feel like they're both in such two different places in their lives that, it'll be interesting to see if they can play off of that frickin' frack thing that they had, back when Phaedra was on the show. So yeah, y'all, that's what they saying. Fallon and her man is back together. Go figure. Congratulations, I guess, to the happy couple. All right, you guys, and I guess while we're talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta, I'll just throw this part in there. Now, have you guys just been watching Kandi's glow up? I mean, it wasn't like she wasn't already glowing, but it feels like her leaving Real Housewives of Atlanta has just allowed her to blossom even more. It just was like she couldn't do all the things that she wanted to do because she was obligated to the show, and there's like what they shoot for like 6 months or something like that. So 6 months of the show she's shooting and getting content for the show, and then it's also other promotion and shit for a couple of months after the show go off and all of that. So she probably wasn't able to get and do the things that she wanted to do. But now that she's not on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I have been following Kandi the whole time, and it's just amazing to watch her. She lost all that weight. She looks beautiful. She looks fabulous. She looks happy in her family. Her kids look happy. Todd looks happy. Her aunt, her mom, like everybody just looks like they just look like good, like money, like, and I watch her and I admire her because I'm just like, girl, you just continue to, it's almost like Kandi can't do any wrong right now, and while she's in this mode, she just has to do everything. And believe me, she is doing everything. She's stepped up her styling game. She's been involved in the Broadway, the plays that's going on. We have just seen her, and now I just saw that her and Riley and Mama Joyce. Now this is hilarious. Child, they done started a damn show that's kind of like they bit off of the idea of Red Table Talk with Jada Pinkett Smith and her mother and Willow. Well, now we've got Kandi with Riley and Mama Joyce. First of all, bitch, it's gonna be some of the most tightest teeth talking. These motherfuckers gonna be like this the whole goddamn time. It's gonna be like, well, mama, I see you something, mama. Oh, Kandi, what you say? What you say? Well, I don't know, mama. I was just like, I don't know if I wanted to see Kandi and Joyce and Riley sit at a table and talk, but maybe. Like, I can't be mad at them for trying some shit like that, but I was just like, who told them to do that? Maybe we ain't asked for it, but now that it's here, I'm intrigued. I am intrigued, And like I said, with this whole glowing that Kandi is exuding right now, I think that everybody is feeling that energy, so I think they're gonna bring that energy to the show, but it's gonna be interesting. I think they said it was called, did I put it in my notes? Generation Face Off. I don't know if this is going to be a podcast or if it is going to be a monthly or a weekly thing. Kandi doesn't do, I mean, she still has her YouTube channel and all that stuff, but she hasn't been shooting her videos like she had been because she's probably been busy. So maybe this is going to take up some of that she used to do. But I was just like, come on, Kandi, come on. Y'all saw that big picture of Ace? I was looking at that picture. Y'all know Ace is my OG original favorite celebrity reality show kid. Like, I always loved Ace, and I'm looking at Ace now, and I'm like, that boy looked like he almost 10 years old. I know he's not that old, but I was just like, wait, he looks like he's like a preteen. Good looking kid. He's acting. Not Riley. I think Riley just graduated from college. The baby just as cute as can be. Just turned. I just love the family, y'all. I love the family. They're like Atlanta royalty to me. Like, I feel like they're a part of the Atlanta fiber. We'll take Todd too. But yeah, you guys, Generation Face Off is coming soon. Well, I don't know what's going on with Red Table Talk. Well, they got rid of Red Table Talk. So, I mean, the room is there for it. Will you guys be watching the show? All right, you guys, next story up. I can't even believe I'm talking about this because I don't really want them to start falling back into my fucking algorithm and all my shit. But, child, they say that Blueface and Chrisean done got married, child. Listen, I've been trying to tell y'all for the longest, something's wrong with both of them. They touched, okay? And y'all was not happy with me talking about Chrisean, and y'all said, maybe the baby was gonna help, and I was just like, I don't think so. And she got the baby, and it was all this shit, and back and forth with the big face girl, Blueface, and that other girl, and all that. And they both landed themselves in jail. The poor baby was bouncing, well, not bouncing, but I'm sure they had a place for the baby to be. But it's just like, this has been very chaotic with that relationship. I thought before Blueface went into jail that Chrisean had decided that she was going to leave him alone, and she was concentrating on her own life, and he went into jail. And then, of course, when she went into jail, she supposedly had like this whole big, conversation with God, and that she was gonna not hold you, but she was gonna be a different person and concentrating on it. And child, all that just for us to turn around, and now they're telling us that these two are married. You look on their Instagram profiles, apparently he has the little bride emoji, and then it says her Chrisean at, for Instagram, and then the same for her on hers. She has the groom, and then it says Blueface or whatever. And yeah, apparently they're married. The aunt said it, confirmed it. Apparently the dad is saying that they're married as well. Now the mother of Blueface did come out and say that it was not true and that they weren't married. But from what I understand, I could be wrong, child. If I am, it's just what it is, y'all. It don't even matter. At the end of the day, it don't even fucking matter. But they're saying that Blueface and the mother don't really talk. They're not close and all that. So she did not know that they weren't married, but apparently the aunt and the father of him knew, and they're the ones that are saying that these two are married. And it's just like, girl, why? Yeah, that Chrisean, I was reading a damn message, the comments in the comment section, that somebody said she was baptized in Everclear. I was like, oh shit. Ja, I said, now we ain't gonna play on the Lord, child. We ain't gonna play in his face and everything. And I'm not going to try to be in the middle of people's salvation and all that. All right. Maybe God is still working on her, but I'm telling you, I don't have the patience no more. This is something that the grandmas, this is something that the big mamas, the real prayer warriors, the ones that know got like a direct line to the Lord, them the ones that need to be trying to do something for Chrisean, because it's not even blue. Like, I am more concerned about Chrisean as a mother. She has a baby. Like, she is a woman, a beautiful woman. Like, she, before she fucked up her face with that tattoo, but she was a pretty girl. And, it was like people loved her for whatever reason. Folks really are drawn to her, and it's just like, girl, if you could just get that nigga out your system, you might be able to do something. Because folks want to believe in Chrisean. They want it for her. Okay? But she got to keep on running behind this stupid ass nigga, and then he about to get out of jail, and it's about to start all over. That's why I'm like, I don't even need to really be talking about them, because it's gonna end up, I'm gonna start seeing they fucking shit on my Instagram, and I don't want that. Okay, but yeah, they're married supposedly. One big happy family. Now, what happened to the big face girl? I thought he was with her when he went to jail. Debbie told me yesterday, no, they weren't together. He was with Chrisean. I was just like, that is not how the story went back then. But you know what? I can't keep up with them young ass kids. I can't. We're going to just hope that, Chrisean finally gets it together and decides to leave that nigga alone eventually. And that's all I can say. But I don't think that will ever happen. Okay. Y'all seen Blueface's new, he got more tattoos and shit on his face. Just a goddamn mess. I told that Jada, I said, listen here, I know you like tattoos and everything, but you better stop it right here. I know it can't come up no higher than that. It better not ever. What makes people put tattoos on their face? And just so big and ugly. They don't even be nice looking. They just horrible looking. You look nasty. So anyway, child, let me get over there. That's the auntie in me. That's the mama in me. It's like, I don't get it. I just don't get it. Maybe it's not for me to get. Anyway, that's what they saying. I mean, I guess congratulations, child. Let's move on. Oh, this is my last damn story. I did not want to save this for my last story. This is actually an update on the Ajike Owens. You guys remember the story where the kids got into a fight or something? The kids were playing, little black kids and little white kids were playing outside, and the kids got into some sort of like fight or something, and one of the white kids apparently had taken the iPad of one of the black kids and went home. So the mother, who was Ajike Owens, 35 years old, she went over to Susan Lorintz's house to get the iPad back, went, knocked on the door, stood on the porch, and Susan ended up shooting and killing her through the door, shot through the locked door and killed her. Okay. This happened back in 2023. This was in like Ocala, Florida, I believe it was. And her attorneys, now that they were in court, her attorneys were arguing that she had a mental disorder and she was under duress. And so they were asking, because she had been found guilty. So they were asking if, they could not give her a really long sentence because she wasn't in her right mind. Okay. And when I was reading that, I was like, bullshit. But we'll see what the judge says. Well, the judge came back and was just like, okay, well, we're not going to believe the mental duress story because this woman was in her house behind a locked door. She was safe. Okay. She had already called the police. She already knew that the police were on their way. Okay, yet and still, she still found it in her some kind of way to go to her room and get the gun, come back to the door and shoot the lady through the door. Okay, there was no danger there. This woman wanted to kill this woman, and that's what she did. Okay, and so because of that, even though her attorneys were asking for like a 10-year, somewhere between a 10 and 13-year sentence, the judge was just like, absolutely not. This bitch will be getting, I shouldn't be calling her a bitch, y'all. Okay, but this woman will be getting 25 years. So Susan Lorincz will be in jail for 25 years for taking the life of Ajike Owens. This woman was a single mother of 4 kids. These kids don't have no parent right now. I mean, I don't know where the father was. Maybe their fathers are in the picture. But what I'm saying is she was the one that had the kids, and she was taking care of them, and now she's gone. Okay, what these kids knew as stability is gone, and that is unfortunate. Okay, and so when things like this happen, the person responsible needs to pay. And in this case, it is Susan Lorincz, and she will be in jail for 25 years. So that's that. Can't say that I'm happy to see people go to jail, but when you do shit like this, somebody got to pay, and that's just really all it is. That's just really all it is for me, you guys. So Susan Lorincz, I think she's in her 70s or something. Unfortunately, she's probably going to die in jail. But hopefully this brings some justice to the family. All right. And that's that on that. All right, you guys, that is it. Let me get off of here. I got to go back in the office. And like I said on the last video, if I don't see you guys again, happy Thanksgiving to all the rock stars out there. Okay, we gonna have us a good time. We gonna eat, we gonna drink, we gonna be merry, we gonna be safe, right? We not gonna be out there acting a fool and driving drunk and or under any other influential drugs or whatever else the shit y'all do out there. I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. That's why we got Uber. Okay, that's all I can tell you is make sure if you're gonna be out there doing the things, call you a service and sit your ass in the back seat and get to where you're going. All right. Y'all tell me what you cooking, what y'all gonna be eating, where you gonna be going, if you're gonna be traveling, be safe there. Them airports ain't no joke. Them tickets ain't no joke either. Okay. And yeah, leave all that below. All right, but yeah, Rocky love y'all. It's Thanksgiving. This is my favorite holiday, but Christmas is turning out to be one of my favorites as well. I used to hate Christmas. Like, it used to make me so stressed because back in the day when me and Mister was honey rubbing them pennies together, baby, we had some rough Christmases in there. And I was talking to Jada about it the other day, and I was telling her, and she was like, we had no idea. And I can remember one Christmas in particular, we were so broke that we scrimped and scrounged up enough money to buy them two little, those miniature, the miniature laptops. It was like Asus or something, Acer. I think they were Acers. That was like their big Christmas gift. And then we only had enough to like buy them a few little things. I mean, bitch, we was broke, child. It was a rough time, but they were so excited about those laptops. And so when I was telling Jada, and I was just like, we were so broke, and we felt so bad that that's all that we really could get you guys. And she was like, oh, we didn't have no idea. We were so happy. We was excited. You know, she was like, all the kids in the neighborhood always felt like we was the kids that got everything. And it was just like me and Mr. was up there. I'm talking about fucking struggling, bitch. Struggling for some years. So yeah, Christmas used to always stress me out because it would just be like, I wanted to make sure that the kids had what they, you know. But now everybody, we all older, we a little comfortable, we got income and shit, you know, and I can decorate my house how I want and get the kids and Mr., you know, everybody can kind of buy what they want and all this, you know, and now I really do enjoy the holiday, and I've just grown to enjoy the family time and all that. So let me not get all mushy here. But yeah, Christmas, Thanksgiving, I love this time of the year. So yeah, y'all let me know what y'all doing, and y'all make sure y'all safe. Okay, I'm gonna get on off of here. We do this every single week. So make sure you thumbs up the video, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back.